Hey guys, it's Melissa from Kiwi Banana here, and today I went and got some groceries, so I'm going to show you what I bought, and I thought I would quickly show you my new t-shirt. I think I got it from Meat Free Athlete. Maybe I'll possibly put the website in the description box down below, and yeah, now I'll show you what I brought. Right, so most of what I got was organic, excuse me. And so I got some kale here, and that was about $3. Now all these vegetables and fruit are from local produce growers in the area. This is like a type of lettuce. I really like it. I think it's called an endive. It's spelled like E-N-D-I-V-E, and that was like $3. Spinach was $3. And I got some coriander, and that was about $3 as well. It smells delicious. Also got a bag of yams, so that was about $3 for this wee bag of yams. And also got a bag of potatoes, that was about $3. And this stuff here, oh man, I really love it, but nearly every time I go it's always sold out. So it's a cross between spinach and silver beet, and I think it's called, I can't remember. I might have to write it in the description box. It is so good. I love it. You can even just sort of blanch it a little bit, or you could probably even eat it raw. Like sometimes I'll just put it in my smoothies with some fruit and then just make a green smoothie with it. And also there's this lovely couple who grow apples just out of town, so I always at this time of the year rock up and ask for a big bag of them. This is about 5 kilos worth, and they were about $3 a kilo. It's a whole mixture of different varieties in there. It's all organic. And also now this other produce that I got is not organic, but it's my bananas. So these are nowhere near ripe. They weren't on super special today. They were $18, and it's probably about 15 kilos in there. Not a bad price. You can get the much riper ones for $10, but the ones I've got right now I've still got quite a bit. And by the time I get onto these, they should hopefully be nearing the ripening stage. And now this other stuff, oh, I better not forget, I also have a friend named Vanya, and she just started selling her produce at the market that I go to. She normally sells at another one, but she's wanting to sort of downsize a little bit and just take a little bit of stress off herself, I think. So I bought these from her. They're marrow fat peas, as you can see, and this is her address if you ever wanted to, I guess, get the produce from her. She's a lovely lady, lives off a lot of the land, so a lot of what she grows she eats herself. So I'm going to soak some of these and try these out. Now the next sort of produce, well, it's not really produce, this is food I got with just from the Liberty Market. It's an organic store I go to, and a lot of it is packaged, so I'm sorry about that. And a lot of it's not always food that I eat a lot of. It's just something that I like to stock up on. If I've got a little bit of extra cash, I can buy sort of quite a bit in bulk. I really enjoy these, and it's not something I'd eat all the time, but oh man, they taste so good. Yeah, there's not too many ingredients in there, I don't think. I think it's right down the bottom here. So it's just basically organic edamame beans and water, mung beans. That's the sort of nutrition content it's got on there. And I've spoilt myself. I have not brought a bag of chips in probably, I don't know, over a year. So I'm going to give these a go, maybe, or maybe I might even just like save them for if I'm going to cook a meal for someone else as a bit of a treat. And they're not, you know, there's in the ingredients. They're not the healthiest thing to eat, that's for sure. but it's, I guess, you know, like I want to try some of these things that people rave about. I don't really eat a lot of like vegan junk food, but which I will go into in the future. I'll do a video on, I guess you call it my vegan story and things like that, of how I became vegan. But I kind of just, I just sort of went vegan overnight, I guess you could say, and I never really got to try any of these sort of junk foods because I wanted to just go straight into the, you know, raw till 4 high carb lifestyle, straight from what I was eating before. So there's beans. And I normally buy dried beans, but sometimes I'm not prepared and I haven't soaked them, and I might have someone over and I cook a meal for them, and I always think beans are a good way to win people over to for a vegan meal. And, you know, tinned vegetables can be good for a backup, and, you know, being a student, I can't always afford the fresh stuff, and I guess the tomatoes are not always in season. Don't live in the warmest climate. This here, of course, is a pasta sauce, which is always good for a wee backup sometimes. It's something you might want to watch with the sodium intake. It's a little bit high, but these, try and get the camera to focus, I'm sorry. Just using my new phone. So this, it's all vegan. And I found this salsa. Now, I've never brought a salsa in probably maybe about 3 years. And these are the ingredients. And what amazed me was it didn't seem to be any oil in this, which is really, really good. So I guess it's quite low fat, which is just quite good. The sodium, you want to be careful with that though. It's a little bit high, but this will be a brilliant treat. Maybe I could pair it up with some beans and those corn chips. And this is my favourite sauce. It's a sweet chili. And I'll see if I can get hold of the ingredients there for you. So it's pretty basic ingredients. Stuff I probably couldn't make this at home. There's no doubt about that. But it's low fat, which is really good. It gets my tick. It's vegan, and it comes in a glass jar too. So I am able to quite often I'll hand these back to the community garden that I volunteer with, because they make a lot of pickles and chutneys and things like that, and sauces, and they use a lot of reused like jars and bottles. Not many people seem to have glass bottles, so it comes in handy. Now I got a really good bargain on the rice. I should have brought my receipt over so I could tell you how much the cost of everything was, but if you really want to know, you can ask me and I can write it all down for you. So yeah, I got some black and some red. I've had both of these rice before. I've never had this brand, but it was a really good deal. And you know, it's rice. People have lived on rice for thousands and thousands of years. You know, don't even let anyone say vegan is expensive, because rice is like the cheapest thing you can probably buy all year round, probably all around the world. And I'm going to try these. Now, I've never tried dried papaya before. So this is just papaya. When I buy dried fruit, I prefer it not to have anything else in it but the fruit. Just the fruit. I don't want any preservatives or oils or anything else. So this is ticks a lot of my boxes. Now, plant milks are not really something that I would drink. Like, I wouldn't just guzzle down a glass of it. But, you know, because they keep such a long time, I can stock up on them and use them with a lot of baking and cooking. And, you know, even if I have friends or someone over and they want something like that, it's there. So, yeah, oat milk's probably my favourite at the moment. I quite like rice and almond, although I've gone off almond a little bit. And oat's my go-to at the moment. So yeah, that was all the produce that I brought today, and I hope that may have helped some of you in some way, or even just lightened up your day. And I hope you've done something that makes you happy today. See ya!